Today we will be covering the Masters and PhD courses available in Germany. Yeah, we'll be handling questions at the end of the presentation. So, what is the DAD? In the German language, it is Deutsche Akademische Austauschdienst, and the English translation is German Academic Exchange Service. The name is a bit misleading. Service, it makes it sounds kind of an agency. We are not an agency. We are from the German Education Ministry, and a part of our job is to also give information, general information about higher studies and research possibilities in Germany. So we have offices literally across the world, and our head office in India is in Delhi. And the German Academic Exchange Service is renowned for their scholarship, which is also known as funding. So you will come across this word quite often during our presentation. So the funding comes from the German government so that the international students, academicians, even as such, even just to attend a conference also, it could be depending on the country, they could come to Germany to do their research or something like that. So this slide will show you the number of places the DAD office is located. And this slide would show you approximately the goals that the DAD has. We have 5 goals, and these goals and the amount of course varies every year. This depends upon the budget that we receive from the German Education Ministry. So why are we saying you should think about studying in Germany? Well, at Germany, presently courses are now available in the English language. PhD can also be pursued purely in the English language. In the master's level, there are courses also available bilingual. That is 25% of the course could be in the German language. But primarily courses are now available in the English language. So that's why Germany has become very popular in recent times. And also, you would have definitely heard, or if you have seen all the agencies which are putting up advertisements in newspaper, no tuition fee in Germany. Well, it is partly right. There is no tuition fee or very low tuition fee in comparison to other Western countries. And of course, the close link between the universities and the industries in Germany. Yeah, because no, unlike any other country, Germany has all the labs, etc., associated with the nearby companies. So it's a very good opportunity that a student gets when he goes to study at a university. So something that you would be thinking definitely in your mind, do they have foreigners in Germany? Well, they do have. We have a 11% population of foreign students pursuing their higher education in Germany. Currently for PhD, we are the 4th, the Indians. And overall preference to Germany in the world to pursue their higher education, Germany is placed 4th after USA, Britain and Australia. I presume this will change in the coming time because of the restrictive laws which are being implemented in other countries, whereas Germany is one of the countries which has changed the laws to make it an attractive destination for students. I will be highlighting these also in my slides. So, first question obviously in your mind is, are there any Indians in Germany? Well, there are Indians in Germany. Like I said earlier, for PhD we are the 4th, but when it comes for masters we are very high. Yeah, the number of Indians doing in studying in Germany is very high, and this has only been steadily increasing. Like since 2008, it has jumped 70.5%. And this is, you would have realized, is primarily because now the courses are available in the English language. So this is just for general info, the inventions and discoveries that Germany has offered to the world, and the number of Nobel laureates that Germany has. Yeah, in 25 years, in the last 25 years, Germany has had 25 Nobel laureates. Overall, they have, if you go back even more further, it would be 80 Nobel laureates. And since Germany has always been in the forefront of the research world, they would like to continue with this count. So we hope that in the future one of us also would be displayed over there in such a slide. Next, we come to the actual higher education scenario in Germany. When you go to study in Germany, that is, you will be studying at a university. Masters and PhD is pursued at a university. There are two types of universities in Germany. One is a university, also known as technical university, and the second type is universities of applied sciences. Colleges are meant for music, arts, and films. These are also offered in the universities, yeah, but they are offered in a different manner. I will highlight them again. So, the first kind, the universities, which are also known as technical universities. Universities here you can study masters as well as PhD. Here, the teaching methodology is more research oriented. Yeah? Like for example, if you go to study masters, your last semester would be compulsory thesis submission, very similar to what we have in India. How you submit your thesis is left up to you. You want to work in a company and then submit, or you want to sit in your room and then submit it at the end of 6 months. This is also possible in Germany. Yeah, so at the end of which you'll get your master's and you could also pursue your PhD later on at a university. Some universities, not all of them, are known as technical universities. They are known as technical universities because of the kind of special funding that they get from the German government, but the kind of teaching is the same as any other universities. Yeah, the abbreviation for the same is TU. So you definitely come across this once you are looking up university. So don't get surprised, it's nothing but a university. Next is the University of Applied Sciences. In the German language, which I'm sure you will come across once you're looking at universities, it is known as Fachhochschule or also as Hochschule. You don't need to by heart these terms. At the end of this presentation, you can even go to our visit our counter, which is at the pavilion, yeah, the main pavilion, and take the brochure. Whatever information I'm giving you here is given in the brochure. So, University of Applied Sciences, the differentiation between it and the university is the kind of teaching. At the University of Applied Sciences, it is more hands-on training and more practice oriented. Yeah, so you could have a lot of classes which is spent on practicals, on in labs. So, for example, like courses like automotive engineering, this is mostly taught at a University of Applied Sciences. This is just an example. There are even possibility of doing even an MBA at a University of Applied Sciences. The scope of learning is probably the same. It's just the teaching methodology is different between the two. The award and the degree is also the same. Yeah, you'll get the same degree at the end of your studies. At some of the University Applied Sciences, you can also do your PhD, but not all. This depends on the university itself. Not all have the option of doing their PhD. Yeah, so if I would say best is you make your mind sure where do you want to study, and if you're planning to do PhD, you have to also find out whether they have a PhD option or not later on. So what are international programs? Like I mentioned earlier, courses are now available in the English language and also bilingually. Yeah? Germany is a very online country. You don't need to find an agent or any third party to search courses available in Germany. These are clearly listed in the DAD online database, dad.de slash international hyphen programs, and also study-in.de. Once you visit this databases, you just need to feed in or even just use the drop down list to find a list of universities which are offering your courses of interest. Yeah? Then you would have to visit individually each university to find the admission requirements. German universities do not have the same requirements because each German university is autonomous by nature. Hence, they don't have the same deadlines. This will vary. Same goes for the requirements. Yeah. So now we are going directly for the PhD because for masters it is pretty much simple. You just need your TOEFL or IELTS. Next is your GRE at the most. Some of the universities ask for it, some don't. And your marks cards and transcripts. That's about it for Indians. Yeah. So the doctoral programs, are offered in two types in Germany. First kind is in the individual doctoral programs. This is very similar to what we already have in India. You find a professor with whom you would like to work with and is obviously in the same field that you're planning to conduct your research in. You approach him via email, attach your CV and a research proposal. How to write a research proposal is also given in DAD website, DAD New Delhi website. Yeah? Please visit daddelhi.org for details how to write one. And after you submit your research proposal, write him an email. And if he's interested and you get back and each of you will start talking with each other, if he agrees finally, then you can start your PhD program in Germany. The length of your program will depend on you and your professor. Here you will be independent. You should be a very highly motivated person. It is not like in India where your professor is going to come up to you and ask, okay, how is it progressing every time? You should have a very good initiative personality to conduct such a program because here you'll be working all alone. Once in a while, your professor will ask you for the results. Otherwise, it's understood that you're conducting it by yourself. If you have any doubts, obviously the professor is available. It's not that he is not available, but it's also considered that you can conduct it yourself. Yeah. So please think of this because you'll be all by yourself and it's not a teamwork, etc. Structured doctoral programs is the second type of program which is offered by Germany. Here it is being offered directly by the university. You are not approaching any professor. The university will display on their website whether they have any PhD positions available. You just apply within the deadlines. There are deadlines for this. So you need to apply within the deadlines. If at all there would be documents, at the most they ask for IELTS or TOEFL, in some cases GRE. Not all. Generally, they could ask for it. You can find the list of your structured programs in your field, again in the DAD online databases. Here, you will need to work in teams of 4 to 5 people. Yeah, and because it being a structured program, there are also fixed deadline when you will start and finish your course. Yeah, so there is no flexibility of even changing, like if you discovered something new and you want to conduct research in something in that instead, that's not possible. Yeah, what research is already going on in the university, you are going to participate in it and at the end get your degree. That is the structured doctoral program. Whereas with the individual doctoral program that I mentioned earlier, there you can change it as it progresses with time. And also I must mention currently at DAD Delhi .org, if you visit our website, you will see our PhD scholarships are available for the individual doctoral programs. That is, we require an invitation letter from a professor stating that you have been selected as a student and then you can apply for a scholarship. Yeah. For the structured doctoral program, we also have a scholarship, yeah, but this is not directly given by us. It's known as graduate school program, and this will be directly dispersed by the university that you're applying. DAD has already given the money, the funding to the university, so you don't need to approach us because structured doctoral programs, normally the stipend is already fixed by the university. You will be getting per month a stipend, and it could be via DAD or any other organization or by the university themselves. Yeah, but for individual doctoral